Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Well, hello, welcome to your Tuesday, the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Jaybird's been analyzing his body, getting all ready for the Naked Mile on Friday. Trying to figure out spray tan, not spray tan. What can he do to look his absolute trimmest and fittest when he gets out there?
There's not much you can do. I'm not crying. I'm sorry. There's not much.
All hope is lost.
I don't want to get naked. They're all
call me fat and chubby.
gonna laugh.
Yeah,
No, I've got some flab. My body doesn't look great. It is what it is. I'm just going to have to suck it up and run the Naked Mile. I'll be very happy to get this shit over with. Mm-hmm. We're also going to be doing some stuff for Bigfoot, my buddy, too, if you want to help raise some money for him. But we're going to have a nice little pot we can put the money into if anyone wants to donate.
Nice.
All right. Good stuff. That's going to be going down Swampgrass Willie's Friday, 8 p.m. You can come out and watch as Jaybird tries to navigate a treadmill while running a mile naked or whatever he does. He just has to go for a mile.
Yeah, I'm going to try to run. I try to walk, run, walk. But, the longer you're on there, if you walk, you're on there longer.
Just make sure you don't let go of your dong.
Yeah, me and Virginia have a big difference in how I should do this. I was going to go two hands. She's saying that's dumb. I'm going to fall.
How many hands you use to hold your dong, Virginia?
I can do it in one.
Okay.
You have smaller hands, though.
But I got a massive dick.
Damn it. You do.
BDE.
Yes. That's right, BDE.
I think if you try to run with both of your hands down there, it's going to be hard to balance. At least that one hand up will help you balance. And, if people see your balls, who cares? You just don't want them to see your dick.
That's the goods.
That's the goods.
That's the goods. Yeah.
They're gonna
Much higher value?
Much higher value.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, would you be uncomfortable if a bunch of people saw you naked completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but if I had a great dick, I wouldn't. In fact, I'd never wear clothes.
Yeah, I'm so gross naked. It sucks, man.
I look good, yeah. Naked
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
know. This is terrible. And it's here.
Welcome to the KVJ show.
Fuck.
This is terrible.
You're right.
Could be our new ad slogan.
It could.
You're looking at windshields. My hand's permanently blue. I'm running naked.
It's tough.
We might all have to look at your dick.
Yeah, I noticed the only thing that's happened to Kevin in the last year is he's gotten awesome new hair. Interesting, yes.
It's been a good year.
Good point, Piggy. Riggy over there does it exactly right.
That's right. Living well. Living well. Got a couple things today to talk about. One of those things, Jaybird talking to the snack pack. You guys getting back together? What's going on?
Yeah, we're going to be doing some benefits for our boy Bigfoot. So
Good.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are. We're trying to get back together and just do some fun stuff.
Okay.
Some bar stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's fun. Got some good bars for you guys to play with. Some great spots.
Yeah,
Keep finding good places.
Yeah, we are looking for places that would fit our type of content and that would have a stage and that's got drinking there.
Yeah.
We'll do some little kid stuff too. We have to do two types of shows, but
Sure.
for sure we'll let y'all know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found a lot of good places for you. I've taken it upon myself to go find all the good drinking joints that have a good stage.
You are the guy.
I do have. I'm compiling a list. I got a very impressive list of good places to go. If it's a
Sweet.
good drinking spot with a stage, usually I know about it.
Are you so good where you could kind of describe a place here in Palm Beach County, give you a few landmarks, and you know what you're talking about?
Starting to get scary. Yeah, it's starting to add up to the point where my expertise is lending me to believe that I have a massive drinking problem. But yeah, I had some friends that had a friend of mine in from Logan back home, and just as you start to give out advice, I was like, I don't know of anybody covering all of South Florida that would know as much as I do when it comes to like good drinking bars, stuff like that, what they got all around. Because that's my thing. I don't know. I just love going out and seeing new stuff. Being like, oh, this place is cool, and finding places like that. I don't know. I don't know if anybody would taught me. Now somebody would be like, oh, we know this area great, but I'm expansive.
You're putting in the work.
I am.
You've had your own beer. You traveled all up and down the coast. I mean, you really are. You've worked with the Damn Good Beer Bus.
Yeah.
You've worked with all the different breweries.
Yeah.
You know the owners.
You had a sports show?
No, I did.
You're putting your fingers in the
Cancel that
pudding.
one.
You are.
I said you had a sports show.
had a sports
I was
show, yeah.
padding the stats.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Put in the work. Put in the time.
You are.
Yeah, so I feel pretty good. Most towns, I can tell you, okay, here's where to go. Things changed a little bit, like in some of these towns. Like I was talking to my cousin. He's got roots like in the Tampa area, and he was saying like Ybor City's back in the shitter. And then, we had that story about that big fight that broke out in the Landing in Jacksonville, and somebody else said, yeah, I think they pretty much chained up that whole place. They're getting ready to tear it all down.
Oh, wow.
Because I had gone there. I'm hoping to go up again this year for the Florida-Georgia game, football. I had gone there years ago, the buddy of mine. I went to that game, and we went to the Landing, and they had it was so cool. They had because it's kind of like a plaza area, and they had a DJ, and the place was packed with, like college students. I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Just what I loved, and it was nice then. But things ebb and flow.
They do. And places that are cool...
Yeah.
Get just a different vibe to them.
And you don't know. And I think Ybor City, it used to be a dump, then they made it awesome, then it turned into a dump, then they made it awesome. Now I think it's trailing back into a dump again.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just never know. So cities change, and people give you advice and be like, hey, go check out Ybor City. I hear if you go there now, you get shot. So
you got to be careful in those areas that don't have a lot of times the kids will run roughshod and just kind of chase away all the people that are going to come and pay.
Little children of the corn kind of a situation.
Yeah, they're just running roughshod without their parents, just being hooligans.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I think my kid's coming into that age now where she's going to be one of the hooligans.
Yeah, you're a little... A lot of people thought you were mad about sudden death, but I think you were mad about some other stuff going on.
I just have a lot going on.
What's going on, Mama? Come on, this is what this is for.
I don't think you can handle it.
No, I think we can. What's going on? Why were you so mad? Why were you you were texting and you were pissed?
I looked at my credit card and I'm like, son of a bitch. Magnolia went nuts yesterday.
She did?
Nuts. I mean, to the point where I was like, it was over $100.
When did you find this out?
Well, I found it out during the show.
Okay, now we're getting down to okay. Let's get into this.
I looked at my bank thing because I had given her one of my credit cards and said, okay, go use this just for food, and you can do one little outfit or something you want to buy. And she had some birthday money that I had, so she was going to be good. She had a little balance of credit to use, but she went way over it and just kind of abused it, and it really just kind of pissed me off. So I'm wondering, is it these kids she's hanging out with?
The new kids.
Yeah.
There's a new
There's
clique.
a new group. And I don't know any of these kids.
Okay, and the only thing you do as a parent, and this is what happens, is you will judge these kids sometimes based on your own kid's behavior.
Exactly.
And not necessarily that that's fair for these kids.
But
you do, yeah. I know my mom used to do that all the time, and actually, a lot of times I was the dick, but she would hold it against my friends if I were doing bad things with these people and thought, of course, they had to be the problem.
Well, I think she's trying to show off. So there's this one new friend, and I think she's trying to show off for this new friend. But if all your common sensibility goes out the window when you're trying to show off for this new friend, you're losing your personality. You're losing who you are. You don't go to horror movies. Why are you going to this horrifying looking movie? You don't take my credit card and run up over $130 worth of
What did I gotta ask? What did she get?
She went to Sephora. She went to 3 different clothing stores. She went to the food court. She went to the movies. She went to just all these little random charges that add up.
And she's not allowed to do that.
Well, I sent her the statement and I said, did you know that this is how much you spent yesterday? And she goes, oh my gosh, I had no idea. She was just having fun, like, voila, with my credit card because she's trying to impress this friend.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the age. I've been there. Got a girl that went through all that kind of stuff. And yeah, when they get to that age, that's it. And South Florida's a different animal, too. I think because there is so much flash and there are so many kids that they might see that, really have some means to them. And then you got people that are trying to pretend like they have means.
And that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
Because we don't have it.
Right.
I got to figure out how I can scrounge up some money for Rocco's impending dental surgery that I also found out about yesterday.
Yeah, no, so that's kind of it, So these kids, I grew up, I thought I had it tough, where you're trying to impress. I think it's probably even tougher for a lot of these kids around that 14 to 17 age window, because there are kids driving ridiculously awesome cars and doing things that you're like, whoa, and so to try to fit in.
Did you ever do stuff where you were that was against your nature that you remember that you were doing just to try to fit in?
Yeah, I think with everything, yeah. When all my friends started drinking before I did, I was kind of a holdout, and so they would be down hiding in the barn, whatever they'd be doing, drinking. I was like, I don't get it, but then I was at the party by myself, like every party.
You're describing me.
I would go out. I'm like, I was the one. I was playing like music for myself, and I'm like, well, this sucks. I might as well just stay home. And
I was a responsible guy in high school. I didn't drink, and I would go to the parties, and everyone's.
I
everyone's
didn't get it. I just
hooking
wanted
up.
to do activity. Well, I saw people like they were, just acting like idiots and throwing up and doing stupid stuff. I'm like, it doesn't seem like fun to me. But yeah, after a while, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So yeah, I did, and then I turned into a freaking hellion. So.
We know you grew a mullet right after.
Oh my god! No, I don't know.
So
or the mullet grew you, maybe.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
can be around those kids and decide that, oh, this isn't for me, or you can be around those kids and decide, I love it.
You're nervous right now. You
So
feel
I'm kind of nervous.
You feel like
it's
this
a
is
whole new group of kids. I don't know any of these kids, and I could hear them in the background when I was on the phone with her, and they were like saying stuff, and I'm like, "Who's that? What are they like?" I don't like
It's a
it.
dangerous time, in your opinion, right now. It's almost like she's tempted by the dark side.
Right, and I've lost control of the situation a little bit, but I can get back control of the situation really easily.
Yeah. Look, your behavior dictates the freedoms that you have. We've kind of always done that with our kids, where it's like, don't be an idiot, and, you'll have all the freedom in the world. But if you start acting dumb and doing dumb things, then the leash gets restricted. So I started the other way. My mom had the strictest leash on me, and that's where we ran into problems, was because I wasn't allowed to do anything. And I'm like going, and that's when I was like a good kid, like not drinking, not doing anything. And my mom was coming down on me. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm just trying to live.
What would she do?
Like the curfews are ridiculous, and I was in trouble for. I'm like, I didn't do anything, and it got to be the point. I'm like, well, fuck, if I'm gonna get blamed for it, I might as well do it, And I grew up in an area too where there wasn't a lot of options on stuff to do. Around here, there are a lot of cliques, a lot of different groups. So if you don't want to be in the where the boozy, getting hammered kind of like kids clique, you can. There's athletes, there's this, there's that. There's a lot of different groups that you can kind of bounce off into. I didn't have that growing up.
Do you think the horror clique is a drinky clique?
I'm sure.
You know those horror
Well, they're
people.
14, maybe not yet, but yeah,
those horror
soon.
watchers.
Well, I don't know that there were 14. I didn't see any of them.
Oh.
I don't even know what they look like. I had,
What's the rating on Ma? Is it rated R or is it PG-13?
I don't know.
I'll check.
Yeah, good question. Is it an R-rated movie? Because it looks horrifying. I saw the preview. I had to flip it off.
If
The
it's-
preview scared the crap out of me.
If it's PG-13 and you are that scared, you are way too fucking soft. Okay, hold on. I think it says it's rated R.
So how did she get into an R movie?
Damn it, I'm not trying to rat her out. What am I doing? I'm trying to help you. Fuck. I'm not trying to rat her out, though, but it is rated R.
How did she get these tickets?
Well, someone bought them.
Yeah, maybe. And I don't know. Maybe some movie, maybe they're not so strict with it.
Yeah, and that's true, too. I would buy rated R movies all the time in high school. People wouldn't stop me. So they might have not just stopped her.
Yeah.
Now, is she in trouble because she watched a rated R movie, or is that not a big deal?
Well, I told her, I'm like, this is not you. I don't like how you're setting the tone for the summer. I don't like the fact that you've got this whole new group of friends, and now you're spending all this money that you knew you weren't supposed to be spending on my credit card, and you're going to horror movies. You hate horror movies. You hate everything scary. I'm like, I'm just wondering, like, what's happening here? Are you trying to impress this group of people so much that you're changing your entire personality?
When did she meet this group? When? Who? Where did they come from?
So I think it's a little bit of school friends, and then people that I don't know.
Summertime. That's what I always met. That was during the summertime, especially in high school. You always met girls from a different school, and then you start talking. Gardens, they always talk to Jupiter girls. Well, that's not what's going on, I don't think, maybe.
Well, I think that she's meeting kids that maybe didn't necessarily go to Bach.
Okay.
I think that they're being introduced to her through these middle friends that she went to Bach with.
And they could be really cool kids.
They could.
They could be all.
But they're at an R-rated movie, and she's 14.
That doesn't mean any. I mean, Virginia, I understand why you're upset, but when you strip it down, going to an R-rated movie, a horror movie, a very popular genre for kids that age, I wouldn't say that they're snorting cocaine. You know what I mean?
But she's not. She hates horror movies. Like, it's going against everything, every fiber of her being.
But she's at the age where she's going to start trying things.
Definitely.
And she hates probably some things because up until a certain age, your kids will mirror a lot of what you do. And then they want to start testing things for themselves because you maybe have told her, I hate more horror movies. You hate horror movies. And she's like, she may get to a point where it's like, my mom maybe has told me that I don't like this or I do like that. And I need to go find for myself or I need to go check it out again.
And people, their tastes change. I mean, she's not going to.
No, she is not allowed to like horror movies.
This is good.
And see, this is going to be the issue, right?
We're breaking the walls down, Ken.
You've been telling her that she hates horror movies. And so because it's going to have to be a passage. Because if she doesn't like horror movies and she doesn't go, her friends are going to go and they're going to have a good time. And it's the FOMO. Like, she's going to be like, they're having a good time.
Oh, she's got FOMO.
Yeah.
Big time.
Right. And that's what you do at that age. That's probably the biggest thing from 14 to 17. It's that fear of missing out on the good time. And everyone's going to fit into the clique more and more. And you're going to be left out. So you will try things and do things that you wouldn't normally do just because you're like, okay, I want to have a circle of friends to hang out with. That's why I kind of started getting into the drinking.
And sometimes there's things you hated as a kid you end up liking as you get older. There's plenty of things I hated as a kid that I loved. Ask her, did she actually like Ma? Did she enjoy the movie? Was she scared? I mean, she's 14. She's not 8.
I don't like it.
I know.
I don't like it.
I know.
But understand that she's changing and embrace the changes and be there for her and be like, hey, it's cool that you got new experiences and new friends and stuff like that, and just try to stay on it. And like I said, my kids, and who knows what will happen with Cannon because he's getting to be 11. I'm getting ready to go for round 2 on the roller coaster. But with Colin and Caleb, for the most part, that was how we did it. We started the other way around and said, you'll have as much freedom as how cool you are. So if you're not a derelict, then, the world's your oyster and you can try about anything you want.
To me, the thing I would be the most annoyed with if I was you, and again, I know I ain't got kids, it's the money thing. Her abusing the credit card and all that. I mean, the rated R, it's a horror movie. It's going to, good luck with that fight. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. So, but just get ready. Without a doubt, you're going to be experiencing a lot of changes with Mags over the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, because you're right. Kevin's already gone through this. This is your first round of teenage. This is different.
I think I'm cutting off these sleepovers. I think that's a problem. I think that
I'm telling you, Virginia, from a guy that's been through that, though, I had my mom that started cutting stuff back, and I know from my own experience, it did not bode well with me.
I kind of feel like you're not listening to anything me and Kevin are saying, and you're like, nope, everything's gone. Fucking sleepover's done.
I don't like the way this is going. I don't like the tone this is setting.
Oh, boy.
I don't know that there's a lot yet to see. I mean, you can readjust and say, okay, there might need to be a little thing that she needs to pay with for running the credit card where it was. Be like, okay, well, you had free reign here and you stepped outside of your boundaries, so we need to tighten that a little bit more. But the other things, with the movie, talk to her about that and find out, okay, how you getting into the movie and what's going on and what do you think about it? And, not that you're judgmental or whatever, just having a conversation.
Because I think I think you're right to get mad at her for going to the movie that's underage. I understand that, but I don't think you're right to get mad at her for wanting to try out and watch. Like Kevin was saying, you don't like horror movies. Well, you don't know. She could be changing on that, and that I think you should be flexible on.
Yeah,
now,
she's past the age where you can tell her what she does and doesn't like.
Yes, but
that's the one thing you have to get used to.
The rule
Yes.
breaking, you are very much in your boundary to be annoyed with that.
Yeah, and there are consequences for everything. That's really kind of it.
And by the way, I'm a huge Magnolia fan.
Oh, yeah, she's a great kid.
I don't want to get back to her.
I wouldn't be from the outside looking in and having seen kids that are good and being a horrible kid myself. You're fine.
Oh, Magnolia's a sweetheart.
She's a great kid, and just like I said, just chill out. Just okay.
The one thing you do need to find out though, and someone just said the question mark older. Find out how old. Just find out how old they are. Because you don't want all of a sudden.
That's the thing.
18-year-old dude.
I think that there might be somebody older in the group that bought these tickets.
But don't get. Just find out first.
There was a boy popping off in the background when I was talking to her, and I could tell she put me on mute a few times during the conversation. But I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I'm like, "Who's that?" And she's like, "Oh, that's just so and so's friend." But I'm like, "All right, I don't like that kid."
Does so and so
I don't like that kid.
Does so and so friend know who he's fucking with?
So and so's friend. If I'm talking to Magnolia on the phone, you shut the fuck up in the background. There's no popping off in the background with whatever little peanut gallery remarks that little twerp has.
So
I don't like it. I didn't like the vibe of that.
When you disguise this kid, I picture him. Orange mohawk, big old nose ring. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be an interesting ride watching Virginia and Magnolia the next 4 years.
I'll tell you, her little friends that she had up until now, none of them pop off. None of them pop off.
Well, of course you like them.
I love them.
They don't challenge authority.
They're very sweet.
They're turning into mini adults. You better prepare. They're children of the corn.
I don't like that popping off kid.
Children of the corn hitting Tequesta.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, though. I mean, you can still demand respect, and if you got a kid that is not, then that's when you start saying, "Look, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna be hanging out with kids that are rude." And
why would you want to hang out with a kid that's popping off in the background and fucking up your conversation with your mom?
But maybe
when you're trying to make everything cool.
But what's your definition of rude?
And maybe he didn't know.
Talking?
Yeah, maybe he didn't know what was going on.
He was like mimicking what she was saying.
You're sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure that if this was court,
I'm 90. I'm 80. I'm 70.
Yeah, you got to set aside what really is. I mean, there are kids that are rude, and yes, you need to say, "Hey, look, I'm sorry, that kid's not going to be welcome around me."
I can see this kid.
You can't. That's just it.
I can see it.
I was just kidding about the mohawk.
I can see this kid right now.
I mean,
he's the one that probably bought the ticket.
You're kind of playing Mad Libs with this kid in the background, and you don't know the details. You're going to drive yourself fucking crazy. As entertaining as it is to watch.
Can't wait to see it.
This is something else.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch.
The saga.
Oh, it's just beginning
you
too.
You got the chat room fired up. I'll punch this little boy. What do you even know? The kid's a derelict.
Yeah. So Jaybird had the snack pack together, and they had an interesting conversation.
When did that happen?
I mean, in my life, several times.
Recently?
No. I'll be honest with you, not recently at all. No, but Bert ain't getting it wet.
Okay, is this part of the snack pack list of things that they've done that were dumb because they were horny or not? Humped a stuffed animal.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yeah, someone admitted to that. It was not me. I won't say who it was. I know you want to know. And yes, Virginia, you know them.
I do.
Yes.
I can figure it out.
Put their D in a vacuum cleaner.
That smells like twigs.
You're saying yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably multiple people did that in the snack pack. I think probably Brett did it.
Oh, man, you're throwing Brett under the bus. I've never done that. Have you ever done that, Kev?
No, I don't think so.
You want to?
No, I don't know. Maybe I did. I'm trying to remember because for some reason, either I thought like that can't feel good or I tried it out and know that it doesn't feel good. I know I tried the toilet paper roll and that didn't feel good.
Oh, gosh,
do you have the round vacuum cleaner?
We did, yeah. I think.
Yeah,
where it's just like a pipe. It's like flexible pipe, and you could just put your schlong right in there.
I don't think I'd done that.
Wouldn't you be afraid as soon as you hit the suck button, that it's just gonna rip off your or at least scar it.
This would be such a funny video to watch you guys do as adults. I'm just saying.
Yeah, why not? We pissed in our face.
I've got a great vacuum cleaner.
Do you?
And it's got the round thing on it.
If you can sign the Kevin Ralston, you've got the bird.
I'm not using it anyway. Go ahead and rip it off. Let me see here. How about depleted their entire savings for lap dances?
Oh, yeah. There was 3 people that had done that.
I could see that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
What about worked for 3 girls in high school as their John?
A pimp? A high school pimp?
Or one of the Snack Pack members, a former pimp. What do you think?
Wow, that's pretty edgy. But the pack is edgy. I'm going to say yeah.
No, that's
That's
not
not
true. That's not true. No. Missed a job interview to watch porn.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a fact.
How about masturbating with Icy Hot?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
That's a yes. Their quote, it was the only thing available.
What?
Yeah.
These guys are edgy.
I mean, spit.
But I think, too, it was during younger years. When you're younger, you got
young and inexperienced.
You try
Yeah.
trial and error,
You
man.
only make that
it.
mistake once in your life.
You got all those hormones going.
Yeah. Got to watch out on that kind of stuff. Well, Kesha's got a new song out.
Oh, darn it, we can't play it because of copyright.
Are you sad?
So sad.
Yeah, we can. I'll give you a quick little second here. Can we knock this thing out later? I think it's kind of interesting. I don't really. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide.
It will knock us off YouTube.
Oh, it will?
There's a very good
We
chance.
can't play it? Oh, dang. I'll try to get the lyrics for you.
Maybe you
tomorrow.
can sing it.
Yeah, I'll get the lyrics for you tomorrow because I don't want to knock us off YouTube. I'll just let you know this is called Rich White Straight Men.
The enemy.
Basically, yeah. And I'll let you know she's not a big fan.
There's a tone.
I mean, that Dr. Luke, he messed her up 17 ways and sideways.
She is not a fan of Rich White Straight Men, yes.
It's just him. Everything she sees is him.
And it seems like a show or a song like she's not even trying. Like she's clearly not trying to make a hit, I don't think. Because it's really like, you're like, what? Yeah. But yeah, I guess you just want to get
It's
her
a tough one to make
statement
melodic,
out
too.
there.
Is that the chorus?
It's not melodic. It's weird. Yeah. It's Rich White Straight Men. You're right. It doesn't really fit.
And it really does. It helps guys like Dr. Luke because you're coming off crazy when you lump every rich white guy into one big pile. It makes you sound like
Straight.
you're straight, rich white guys. They're not all bad.
You
So-
can't. Anytime you do that with any group,
Any group.
you're gonna
Yeah.
you're
You're
wrong
gonna
to
come
do
off
that
crazy.
because everyone's layered differently, and there's not a specific. You can't
Yes.
ever say that.
There's evil in every race.
Absolutely.
There's evil in every economic status.
and every gender,
every religion.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
The
can't,
good and bad.
You can't lump everybody together like that. That's a big mistake.
But she's an artist too, and what do people do? You're trying to shock. I mean, this is the same shit they did in the '60s. You
wonder if it's done, for benefit of the career, or if it is like I'm just frustrated and angry and I got to vent.
I think it's both.
I think it's both. I
Okay.
really do.
Like, for example, the Taylor Swift thing where they asked her about when she's going to have a family. Now, I know Taylor Swift is not an idiot. She knew by turning that into a gender sexist kind of issue, that whole interview, that all was going to get a lot of traction. When we all discussed it here, that's not a sexist. It's not sexist to ask somebody when they're having kids. I've been asked that. We have examples of male actors being asked that at the same age.
I asked Denny's.
Yeah, so it's not a sexist thing, but she knew by saying that it was going to be a big old thing, and she might actually believe part of it too.
I
she
think
believes
she
it,
does. And
Yeah,
I
'cause there were a
think
lot of women that were, because I read the thread that had happened, there were a lot of women that, and people too, that were really supportive of her popping off and saying that and said she nailed it. Yes, exactly. Like, it's okay. Just because you have the vessel, like you're expected at a certain age that you're going to be procreating, and it's a rude question to ask any woman when they're going to have kids.
That I agree with. It's a rude question, but it's not a sexist question, only because everyone's been asked. I mean, they have.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, none of your business. It's definitely rude. It's definitely intrusive.
But if you ask it of men and women, then it's not sexist.
Well, I think that's what she's saying is like, men hardly ever get asked
That's
it,
not
but
true,
women
though.
all the time. That's
It's not an accurate statement.
People ask Jay Bird all the time.
And everyone brings in their own perspective, too. I mean, my perspective is I've been asked that since I was 25.
Think about George Clooney. They asked him up and down, when you going to settle down? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids?
But do guys get asked?
They asked him that a lot.
Okay, women, do they get asked more after the age of 30, where guys it's not till 40, so it's like an extra 10 years before guys start getting asked?
I don't have this kind of stats. And I mean, if we're going to break it down to that specific of thing, I mean, what the fuck?
That's probably, I'm just trying to think of what the flip side of the argument is.
If there's something sexist out there, let's go out there together and fight that shit. But let's not make everything something that it's not. Because then I think that takes away from the stuff that is really sexist.
And divides us more.
Yeah, I don't think we should be divided. I mean, I think let's try to bring people together.
Don't let everybody tell you who you hate. You sit back and figure out who you hate.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Virginia, and if not, Virginia will help you.
Like Virginia,
she's got a list. It starts with that little punk ass kid.
There are some cool
Hate him.
rich straight men. There are. I swear.
And there's some cool punky kids out there too.
Reddit actually did a thread, problems that we have today we didn't have 30 years ago. And one of those is the outrage culture and social media fighting. A couple things that we got to deal with today. Just things of companies being destroyed by a trending hashtag.
Ooh.
Yeah. That is something that we didn't have 30 years ago. Robots doing things humans can is one of the problems that we have today that we didn't have 30 years ago.
Some people look at it as a problem. Some look at it as a blessing. I know you are very pro-robot.
I am, for the most part.
I like certain parts of it. There's certain parts that horrify me.
Well, there's just things that I think they're starting to find out. The good thing about it is they put robots in task of some of these things that they're saying, no, you just need a human in that job. We thought robots could do it. So actually, there's a lot of losses for robots here lately where they're saying, no, they just don't have, because you can't program humanity, and that's just where they're missing out. Long lines in airports, phones going off in movie theaters. Texting and driving, not a problem in Florida. They'll pull you over. And then having a drink with Bill Cosby. At least you thought it wasn't a problem. So there you go. Now some things that they have on the list. Got to say, I'm not sure which logo I like more. I had the first one for the summer of Rig earlier, and there's a new one now. And you can see it is an oil rig out in the ocean, and it just says summer of. And then there's the rig. Thank you, Therese. That is.
I love the the bare
good
bones
too, right?
of that one.
I just love the creativity of the people.
Summer of rig. So,
Oh, please keep sending those.
Figure that out,
Oh,
yes.
outdo each other.
It's early in the summertime, so we got to figure it out how we're going to celebrate the summer of rig.
Oh, and each week he will inspire us. Because
Oh, yeah.
trust me, his ass going to be rigging up a storm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
today-
just beginning.
Today I was on his side. Don't worry. Next week I'll be feeling the pain.
I'm just beginning.
It's like
rig?
hurricane season.
The summer of rig.
He will blow and blow and blow.
And like a
all
hurricane,
summer.
everybody's in the path. We don't pick and choose. It's just anyone in the path of rig. Sorry, you're getting taken out.
Only person doesn't get hurt is him.
Oh,
It's the storm. Yeah, you're right.
Storm comes out fine.
That's the way it goes. All right. Well, you guys have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.